Hello and welcome to a new HKCM global video. My name is Philip. Today I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum again. It's been a while since my last video on that topic, and there was quite some action in those markets. Not so much in Ethereum, but Bitcoin has now probably started a longer term recovery phase. I'm still expecting Bitcoin to have topped out, and I'm only expecting this to be a corrective move to the upside, which will be followed by further downside, similar on Ethereum charts as well. Let's start out with Bitcoin here. As always, let's take a look at my overall expectation. So long term, I'm expecting Bitcoin to be within wave 3 at some point in the future, targeting $197,000 to $230,000. This could, of course, extend further to the upside, but based on what I know from the action we have seen, from the wave counts we have seen in the past, right now, these are my expected targets for wave 3. On the sub count basically, so within wave 3, I'm currently expecting wave 1 to have topped out and the market seeing a longer term correction, which will ideally reach around $37,000 before the upside will continue. So that's my overall expectation, my long-term expectation for Bitcoin. So the imminent scenarios or the imminent movements that I'm expecting here over the coming weeks and months are, first of all, I'm expecting a upside move to take place, which has probably now finally begun. Critical point here to the downside, $73,000. That's the level I do not want to see broken to the downside. Otherwise, we would have to expect the market to enter the zone here in between $62,000 and $51,000 before further upside can be expected. For now, this has become a pretty low probability, around 25% for me, but it's not completely off the chart at the moment, not until we take out this intermediate high here around 96,600. If we surpass this previous high here, then I'm very, very confident that the market will continue at least in the 114, 117 reaching. So basically an overshooting B wave here, and then further downside into this area, and then another final rise. Again, be an overshoot. I'm not expecting that to happen probably, and then the final downside move here. So this is what I'm seeing here on the current imminent charts. The market will reach 117, 114. Could this extend higher? Yes, it can. There is the possibility of a little more upside here to come. So we could go as high as 129, depending on substructure, which is forming now. I will extend the target zone or leave it as it is at the moment. So this is my expectation in Bitcoin. I'm not expecting the market to see another substantial breakout. So I'm not expecting, as some are, Bitcoin will be able to reach this area within this movement, within this wave count. I am expecting the market to need further downside corrective action in order to get here at some point in the future. I'm not expecting wave 3 to complete in one go, basically. So we will need more consolidation in order to get there, because the market has been extremely overbought from the action that we have seen over the last 2 years here. That being said, let's also take a look at the indicator charts. Starting out here with the daily chart, we can already see that Bitcoin is already, even just from this move to the upside here, already starting to reach overbought territory on the RSI. So we'll see how this plays out. We are currently crossing down on the MACD and the RSI, and also on the momentum on the lower time frames on the 8-hour, which I also view as very, very important for Bitcoin. It's a good indicator on short-term movements to unfold. So we also have to expect a little short-term downside even within this recovery I'm expecting now. There can be more short-term downside to be seen, which is all good and fine as long as we don't take out the 73,512. Yeah? So that's the line in the sand. Otherwise, as already said, we're going to go directly for this target zone here between 62 and 51. Zooming out, as we know, I've shown that in the past, the 2-week has crossed to the downside on the MACD. We have started to lose momentum here. It has not yet crossed on the long-short indicator, but we are getting there. The weekly is now turning a little bit up again, which is what I expected in order to unfold the recovery phase that we are currently seeing here. Now we have to just see how far we get basically with the recovery, as I've just shown. And on the long-term chart, of course, the monthly It still hasn't crossed to the downside, so I'm still expecting this to take a bit longer. But if we look at the corrections here of the past between 21 and 22, it also took the monthly quite some time for the cross to the downside to happen. Basically, it only didn't cross until we had the B wave top in, so this can still take some time, but we are still losing positive momentum, and we are clearly in the overbought territory here. So yeah, this is my expectations. I'm still expecting Bitcoin not to see a sustained breakout here in the next weeks and months. I'm still expecting this corrective action to continue here. And yeah, similar on the Ethereum charts as well. I'm not expecting Ethereum at the moment to be able to complete a sustained breakout. So I'm not expecting the market to clearly break out above the 4,091 level here. I'm expecting a B wave to the upside, and then a final sell-off into my target zone between 935 and 494 to complete this correction. Because in my overall account, I've made some changes, some additions due to the price action we have seen over the last weeks. I can no longer expect wave 2 to have already completed. There is a small chance that wave 2 has now completed with the current low. Could be. It would be possible, but also in relation to the Bitcoin expectations, I'm not seeing that at the moment. For my primary, I'm still expecting an upward move, but a corrective move, and then further downside to come over the year, maybe into year end. So this can take time now. So don't be fooled to expect this to happen extremely fast. I'm also with the tech sector, the indices, the corrective action that is unfolding there at the moment. So I'm expecting this to take quite some time, and this could take most of the rest of the year, even maybe into 26. We'll have to see how fast things unfold. Ethereum on the indicator charts, it's a similar story compared to Bitcoin. Also 8-hour currently we are seeing some sell signals, so I'm expecting some downside, even if it's only short-lived downside to occur. The daily has not come up as far on the RSI as it has on the Bitcoin, but if you're going to zoom out as well, weekly is showing a similar structure. It has been way more oversold on the weekly already compared to Bitcoin, so that's something that could fuel a little more recovery here. 2-week is coming down as well, so also the same story. It's on the short indicator. It is still building up negative momentum on the 2-week chart as well, and other than on the Bitcoin, the monthly has already crossed down. In Ethereum, we are also losing momentum, and we are also seeing that the short signal has already been triggered on the long short indicator, and the highs that we have formed here around 4,000, 4,091 have been clearly formed on a negative divergence here on the monthly as well. So yeah, right now everything points to further downside, even despite a recovery phase that we are clearly moving into. I'm not expecting this to be a one-way street, of course. As always with any market phase, it's never a one-way street. There will always be counter moves, and this is the same if it's an upside or if it's a downside move. Currently, we are clearly in a downside structure, and we are now seeing some recovery within this downside structure, and this is completely healthy, completely normal. But on the other hand, I'm neither in Bitcoin, neither in Ethereum. I'm seeing that a long-lasting bottom and a sustained breakout is what I should be expecting over the next weeks and months. Yeah, recovery, yes, but not to whatever fantasies people are having right now about where Bitcoin could be end of the year. This is something I can't support, and I'm just not seeing from my charts at the moment, because how things are playing out is very similar to previous corrections, so I'm sticking to this. If there are any changes, of course, we will update. So if you are subscribed to our service, we have a daily update on Bitcoin and Ethereum available to you. So you will be well informed about what is going to take place over the next days and weeks. So end of the video. As always, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, leave a like on the video. And if you're interested, of course, go to our homepage and get one of our paid subscription services there and stay informed, so you don't have to wait in between YouTube videos when we update the Bitcoin or Ethereum the next time. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.